Gentlemen, act like you're the luckiest person alive. Not delusional, not fake, but with conviction. And always believe things are working out in your favor. When you believe you're unlucky, you talk so negatively about yourself. I can't do this, and I can't do that, and I won't be this, and I won't be that. So the possibility of these things happening in the first place are impossible because you don't even believe in your own ability to achieve these things, which you dream about, right? Because you don't look for opportunity. You don't look for chances. You don't even try and look for ways to change because you don't feel deserving. You don't feel like you've earned that right. You don't feel like you're good enough to be able to even have these things in your life. But that is absolutely not true. And I'm here to break that mental framework because it's absolutely untrue. At least some of you. And the worst part is you don't even fully try. You give it a chance and it doesn't go right. And then you give it completely because you think, well, this isn't for me. How could I do this? This is impossible. This is not what I was cut out for. But this is not the mindset we live with. We as men cannot live with this attitude. We cannot live with this mentality. Just think about past generations who have been able to create these mega structures, these ancient civilizations, these great wonders of the world, and you feel like you can't even create one video a day because of other people? Unbelievable. Don't let me catch you thinking you can't achieve things when I know you can. You won't receive what you don't believe you deserve. How can you ask for more money if you don't even think it belongs to you? How can you ask for a raise if you don't even think it belongs to you? How can you ask for more followers if you don't even think you provide enough information or provide the valuable information for people to listen to you? You reject yourself before you even get rejected by the world or by what you're trying to show you have to offer. When I rejected myself when I was younger, I missed out on so many opportunities because I didn't feel like they deserved me or they were true to my character. It wasn't that I wasn't interested in these things or I didn't want to do these things. It felt like I was either lying on my character or trying to pretend that I wasn't as big as I was. For example, in school, I kept my friends very small. I kept the circle very tight knit. And that's not because they were the greatest friends or that they really served me very well, but I thought I couldn't do better. And this carried on quite a few years of my life where I kind of kept people around who were kind of stagnating me and keeping me down. I remember I had a girlfriend in school. I was about 14, 13. And I felt like I didn't deserve her so much because of my weight. And I had such a bad self-image. And I had such a bad self-image, I couldn't even bring myself to talk to her. I felt so embarrassed. It was like I was lying. It was like I was lying. It was like I was pretending to not be as big as I was. It was almost because of the way that I looked, I felt I couldn't be deserving of something nice. Or that she was using me in some way, and she didn't really care about me. Then when I was older, I realized she did actually care about me, but it was too late. I was already in the bad mindset. I'd already fed myself so many lies that I couldn't even put up with. And I couldn't bring myself to go speak to her. I felt so undeserving in this way. I felt so wrong. Whenever I tried to work out, I felt like I was trying to pretend I was in fitness. Even though it didn't matter, I was trying to better myself, but it felt like I was lying on my character. Because if people see me and assume I ate a lot, because I did, how could I be known for anything else? How could I be deserving of other things? How could I be deserving of a fit body? How could I be deserving of an attractive girlfriend? Right? This is related to your identity anchors, and this is what keeps you small. So lads, be very, very careful if you feel like you don't deserve something, because a lot of times you might just miss out on an opportunity, or you might just block some blessings. Please trust me now, I know. But when you believe you're lucky, you are lucky. You see chances everywhere. You see opportunities everywhere. The things that you wish you could do or the things that you dreamt about are endless. Now you feel so capable of so many things because you are. And now you see that the innermost self that once felt so incapable of doing things is now so capable. And now you're so ready to do things that once seemed so daunting and scary or impossible that you couldn't achieve. See how far you've come and see how far you'll go. The lucky man already expects good outcomes. He doesn't initially think something bad's going to happen before he starts something. If he tries something new, he doesn't think people will laugh at him or people will mock him or people will even recognize that he's a beginner. All he worries about is what he has to do to make himself better. And as a result, good things come to him naturally by the law of attraction. A lot of winners win because they already won internally. They don't need to wait for external results. They don't need to wait for proof or evidence of such. They already know they're going to win. They already have this feeling that they're going to win without the proof. They could lose, it still doesn't make a difference. They've already won. Because even if they do lose, they lose nothing. If they win, they win. And if they lose, they might actually learn something more from losing than winning. They might learn more about themselves. They might learn something new about themselves. What they did wrong, what they could do better. So if you're in a mindset that you feel like you're not going to win or that you're going to lose something instinctively, oftentimes you're going to, because you're already thinking of that. You're already programming your mind to be able to pick up on ways that you're going to lose it or fail. And a lot of times people can feel this on you. They can see it in your eyes. They can feel it in your presence. So it's not that you're incapable of winning. It's just that you're so set up to see yourself fail. You get what you are, not what you want. You don't get things just because you want them. You get things because you are set up to be able to receive them. The law of attraction is a very, very real thing, but it's not magic. It's very simple, but it takes a little bit to understand. You can't just want money and wish for money and then it's magically there in front of you. It doesn't happen that way. You have to be set up in such a way and ready where you can set up the systems to be able to receive the money. This is why you have to be in alignment with whatever it is you want, because alignment forces attraction. When you look for opportunity, you get opportunity. When you look for pain, you get pain. When you look for a red car, you get a red car. Another important thing to remember is you don't rise to goals, you rise to self-concept. You rise to how you think about yourself. Every room you enter, you carry a silent story about yourself and your past. And that story dictates how you stand, how you speak, your energy, the eye contact you can hold. And you won't be given responsibility if you look like you can't carry it. Now, there's a quote I like. I don't know who by. Some people say it's Confucius, some people say it's Henry Ford. It doesn't really matter to me. But it says there's two types of men: the man who says he can, and the man who says he can't. And they're both right. And you can use rejection as a way to define your character, or you can use it as a way to build on from it. You can use it as a way to say, well, something better is coming. Something better will be from this experience. This rejection is not final. And the lucky mindset creates micro decisions, which are absolutely important. You send that email when you don't want to. You spend 5 minutes longer on that treadmill when you don't feel like it. You start and hold the conversations. You post that video and you try again. These are the parts that no one sees, but they stack internally. And in the future, people will say that you're just lucky. But no, you moved when other people didn't. Also, the unlucky mindset will find excuses to suit itself. For example, there isn't enough, someone's already done it, or I'm behind. But the lucky mindset finds opportunity where there is none. For example, there's room, or they'll find room. They make time work for them. If you repeatedly act like you're unlucky, you rehearse being unlucky, and in turn, you become an unlucky person. But if you repeatedly act like you're fortunate, you'll be fortunate. Repetition becomes your personality, and your personality dictates your destiny. So be very careful with the man that you want to be. Don't wait for evidence to believe you're fortunate. That's backwards. Work on alignment first, and evidence will come as a result. I'd like to finish the video by a quote that relates. Luck is the alignment between inner belief and outer experience. Neville Goddard. And let me tell you, gentlemen, you're able to achieve many great things. You just have to believe that you are. So, gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll see you later.